Hi everyone, welcome to 321 with Dr. Bunn. I am on my way from Texas to Florida, so I thought I would entertain myself on this part of my journey by giving you my learnings from the TXNAME conference. I did Dr. Geneva Gay's keynote address, but this is going to be my recap of the entire conference. So again, it is the Texas branch of the National Association of Multicultural Education. So my first fact that I learned was that during World War II, black soldiers at one point were fed after white prisoners of war. So if you are one of those people who maybe thinks that racism went out with slavery, we could not even treat our black soldiers right during World War II, which, fairly recent in the grand scheme of things. So that's something to ponder. Number 2, black girls are the most punished student at schools. That means both in quantity of punishment and getting punished more severely for the same things that their male or students of other races are getting punished for. Finally, I had a 5th grader in my session, which was great because I was presenting on playgrounds, and she told me that in her school district, at 5th grade, they have to earn recess. So there are districts in which students earn recess. Educators, if you're using recess as a punishment or a reward that has to be earned with children, please stop doing that. They need to play. Part of the reason you might be having discipline problems is because they've got excess energy. So first takeaway is the impact of Eurocentrism on education. An example that was given that popped out to me was looking at the language in textbooks. Races are not othered unless they're not white. So in the way the books are written, you can really see how whiteness is the norm. It's always people unless it is black people or Hispanic people or indigenous people. Every other race gets specified. If it's just people, you can pretty safely assume that we're talking about white people. So that's evidence. Whoops. Totally safe. It's fine. If it's people, it is white people. So that is wild to me when you think about our country was founded on land stolen from not white people and built by slaves who were not white people, yet, look at the textbooks. Our country, I don't know. My other takeaway was really something that stuck with me as an academic and a researcher. I prefer presenting at conferences to writing, and I think part of that is because with a presentation, you've got a chance to grow. Once you've written something and it's gotten published, it doesn't stop the learning process, but you can't keep refining it. So my presentation, I've done it a whole bunch now, but it is different every time. And some of that comes from what I learn from the people who attend my presentations and ask questions and tell me about their experiences. So that's just, I want to encourage you, all my academics and researchers out there, if you're big on the writing, don't sleep on those opportunities to present, and don't feel like you have to wait till something is done to go out and start talking to people about it, because research is never really done. We've always got opportunities to keep learning. So especially if you're writing a piece, go take some opportunities to present it and see what you learn from other people. All of that can be incorporated into your research. Finally, my remaining question is to do with how we're training pre-service teachers. So there's a teaching shortage right now. And I think a lot of that comes down to that we have not trained teachers properly to make them want to stay in the classroom. They don't have the tools in their toolbox to get through some of the hard things happening in education right now. So that's the biggest question I have is we see this problem, how do we solve it? How do we better train teachers so that they have the resilience to get through a tough environment and the tenacity to stay and keep impacting our students? Thanks for watching. I will see you again soon.